Hello my angels and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Eyeliner and welcome. So today we are doing a prom inspired makeup look. Now I am 20, prom years are long behind me, but I knew that prom was coming up and this is the makeup look that I would do if I was going to prom this year. But I'm not. Anyway, go over it. So if you want to see how I did this makeup look, then keep watching. And if you're new here, click the subscribe button, like button. I've got my Instagram and everything linked down below. And I've also got all of the makeup and everything that I've used listed below. And so let's just jump right into the video. Okay, so first I'm going to start with some primer. So we're going to prom. We want the makeup to stay on a day, so Primark and moisturiser are key. I'm going to use this moisturiser to start off with, and this one is oil free, so it just means that it's not going to make your makeup look really greasy. And then I'm going to put a silicone primer on top of it, and it's the Revolution Ultra Face Base Primer. Very nice name, very nice name. And I'm literally just going to rub this in, and then I'm going to use my primer and just dab that on the bits where I know I have the biggest pores and I know where I'm going to be the most oily if I wore makeup for like a very long time, because we really want this makeup to stay on all night. Okay, so I've done my eyebrows off camera just because it literally takes me like 30 minutes to do them and that would just be incredibly boring to watch. But the reason I do my eyebrows after I do my moisturiser and primer is just because it makes my eyebrows like more easy to work with. If you haven't tried this, please give it a go, especially if you've got really long thick eyebrows like I do. It just makes them so much easier to do. Okay, so now I'm going to be moving on to foundation, and I'm going to use this one by Primark. This is the My Perfect Velvet Finish foundation. I'm going to go with this one because it's a matte, well, velvet, it's a matte finish, and I want it to be matte so then I can put like a bit of a dew on top later. I find with dewy foundations they just tend to go oilier quicker and they like melt off your face quicker, whereas with this one and like matte foundations like in general, they just tend to like stay on the face, and then you could add the dew later. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna be using a damp clean beauty blender, and if you're going to an event, just take the time and clean your brushes, clean your beauty blender, because it's just going to make it go on so much nicer and it's just going to give you a nicer finish. I'm just going to do one section of my face at a time. I always start with the right side, don't know why. Another tip for when you're getting ready for an event, just try and get that like in a position when you're doing your makeup that gets you to the most natural sunlight you can possibly can. Because then that's just going to guarantee that your makeup's going to look the same inside as it does outside. Okay, so foundation on, looking like I am dying. So I'm going to go in with concealer now. The reason I've got two is because I made the tragic mistake of like buying a new one and then starting that one, so they've just both been kind of like going down together. Awful. So I'm going to scrape out the bottom of both of these, and I'm just going to put this underneath my eye, on my nose, forehead, chin, and just to give my face a little bit of dimension. So I'm just going to do that now, then I'll blend it in with my damp beauty blender. And this is prom, so we can go in heavy with the concealer. Make sure your foundation and your concealer does not have any SPF in it, because if there's going to be flash photography, which I'm 100% guaranteeing you there will be, then your face is going to glow up like a Christmas tree, and not in a cute way. Okay, now I'm just going to blend that in with the beauty blender again. I love this concealer because it just makes you look like airbrushed. Like completely airbrushed, and it's totally buildable as well. So like if I was like rushing out the door, I'd literally just put a couple of dots underneath my eye, do my eyebrows and my eyelashes, and that would be it. But for like event makeup, if you put like quite a bit on and layer it up, then it gives such like an amazing finish. Okay, so now we're done with our foundation, concealer, everything's all done. I'm going to go in with some Kat Von D loose powder, and I'm just going to bake underneath my eyes. And this is just going to give a lot of dimension to the face, and again just make it stay on all night, which is what we want, of course. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there while I'm doing my eye makeup, just so it's going to catch any fallout when I brush it away. In order to set my eyes, I've just put a little bit of concealer on, and now I'm going to set that with some powder, just so it's not tacky, and so all the eyeshadow and stuff go on super seamlessly and flawlessly, which is of course what we want. Just going to feel and see whether it still needs a little bit of powder in some areas. I want to make sure that none of this area is tacky at all. Okay, so I'm going to use my Urban Decay Heat palette for this look, and I'm going to start off with using the second one from the bottom in the shade Chaser, and I'm just going to put this all over my crease area and blending upwards. Okay, so now that I've got that on, I'm going to go in with my Revolution Makeup Revolution London palette, and this is the Flawless 4 palette, and it looks like this. How pretty. So I'm going to be using sort of like the top area, but if I don't list the shades as I'm talking, because I'm just putting so many different shades on, then I'll list everything down below if you're interested. So I'm going to go in with this colour here, and I'm just going to pat this in my crease here, and then I'll blend it out later with a different brush. Then I'm going to take my other brush here and then just blend that out. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the deeper brown colour, which is just underneath the one I just used. And then I'm just going to blend that out again. This palette was like £5 or something ridiculous, and it is so easy to blend out. Oh, just obsessed. And now I'm going to go in with a darker brown colour just here. I'm just really building up these dark brown colours that I'm going in with, taking my time, no rush here. And I'm just going to focus this on the outer corner and making sure not to blend this one too high up either. Okay, so now I'm going to take this gold shade right here and then just put that in the inner part here and a little bit on the inner tear duct here as well. I'm going to use my finger just because I feel like this gives the highest coverage for this type of foil shadow, and then I'm going to blend it out with my beauty blender, and then just going to blend that out. Now that I've made a complete and utter mess underneath my eyes, I'm going to take my powder brush and just wipe away the baking along with all of the fallout. Oh, look how much dimension. I absolutely love Kat Von D's loose powder. It's so amazing. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with that gold shade again, and then I'm going to put this underneath my eyes, and then after I've done that, I'm going to go in with the darker brown shade and then just go over the top of it. Now I'm just going to take some black on my little eyebrow brush here, and I'm just going to put this in my waterline. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my Max Factor waterproof eyeliner, and I'm just going to create a massive wing, and I'm also going to create a little cross here right in the centre. Okay, so I've just put some mascara on, and I've let my eyelash glue while I put my mascara on, so I'm just going to put these Primark lashes on. These aren't actually Primark, these are from Savers. These were £1.99. If you live in Britain, get yourself down to Savers because they have some bomb lashes. Okay, so the eyelashes are on. I'm now going to use my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm just going to chisel out my cheekbones and then a little bit on my forehead as well. I've only been using the tiniest bit of this because a little bit goes a long way, and there's going to be flash photography as well, so we don't want to be fooling anybody. We won't be fooling anybody if we put too much of this bad boy on. Now I'm going to go in with a small fluffy powder brush, and I'm going to take the bronzer from the the Tarte shade and Tarte Pro Glow palette, and then I'm just going to put this kind of roughly where I put my contour, just to bronze my face a lot, because we're going bronzy today and we're not blessed with natural bronze, so help me. Now for lips, I'm going to go in with the Colour Drama Maybelline New York Intensive Lip Paint, and this is in the shade Strip Down, and I'm just going to put this on. I'm going to use something really simple for the lips, just because I feel like it stays on for longer, and also like the eyes are super dramatic, so it really doesn't need anything super bold. I'm then going to go in with the slightly darker browner Primark lip gloss over the top. I just want to darken it up a little bit. Okay, so now we're pretty much there, and of course I've left the best thing to last, and that is the highlight. Okay, so I'm going to go in with some of my setting spray. Last time I did a tutorial, I did that while talking, and let me tell you, that does not taste nice, okay? then I'm going to get my fan brush here, and then I'm going to go in with the gold shade from this palette, which I used earlier, which is the Tarte Pro Go palette. And I'm going to use the shade Lit, which is this amazing gold shade. So my angels, I put my dress on. This is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, click the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.